I'll do it right this time. Welcome, race fans. Hello to the happy hour. We've got people out on the YouTube. I think what we're gonna do is maybe kick it over to Phyllis Maslin, the host of the happy hour.
Welcome, everybody. I hope you brought your beverage of choice. Welcome to happy hour, and I'll tell you a little bit about what's going to happen the next few happy hours. Tonight we're going to learn, meet some of the trade fair people, so you get to know who they are. Tomorrow night we'll have kind of an art gallery opening where you'll get to meet the artists. And Saturday night, don your best Hawaiian shirt, and so we can all be in Hawaiian shirts. And we may have some music coming up on that night and some other special things. So in the meantime, let's get started with tonight's trade fair people. Colleen, do you want to take over?
Sure. Thanks, Phyllis. Hi, everybody, and so glad you could come to happy hour tonight. I'm going to be speaking with one eye for probably most of it. I just put some drops in my eye. Something's going on. So how odd that I have to be a one-eyed cyclops for 3D-Con. Perhaps it'll clear up. Anyway, I've invited the trade fair vendors to join us. I'm the organizer of the trade fair. And we really are excited to have this opportunity to tell you, just to introduce ourselves and to show you what we have, because the virtual trade fair is a list of web links and contact information, but we sure miss being behind the table and actually showing you objects and having you handle what we have. So this is the closest approximation that we have to that, is to actually show you tonight and have you talk to us and give us your feedback and questions and whatnot. So any vendors who are here, I'm going to call you in the order that you're listed on the trade fair.
Colleen, can you raise your volume a tiny bit? If
possible? Okay, is that any better? And I'll speak up a little more.
Sounds good.
Okay. I'm going to call off the vendors in the order that they're listed on the trade fair webpage. And if you could talk for 3 minutes or so, and then we can take a Q&A for a couple of minutes afterwards, just for that vendor. And once we get through all of the vendors, we could open it up to a general Q&A. But before we start with the vendors, just a little more overview of the trade fair. So you can pop in anytime. The trade fair is open during the entire convention. So if you're in between things, just come on over. And you'll notice that a lot of the vendors have convention specials. So you have to take advantage of the special you have to buy during the convention. So that's another good reason to actually go to their websites during the convention. Let's see, and you can reach out and contact them if you have questions. For instance, if you are interested in something that you wanted to purchase, but you don't see that particular thing, but you find a vendor who specializes in that general subject area, you could pick up the phone and call them or email them and say, hey, do you have this, that, or the other? And chances are good they might have more than what they're actually putting out on their website or talking about. What else can I say? Am I forgetting anything? I don't know. I just encourage dialogue. We're really happy to meet you all. And with that, if I think of anything later, I'll mention it, or feel free to ask questions, but let's get started and meet the vendors. So we're going to start right at the top. George Themelis, I should say 3D by Dr. T. Are you here tonight? George?
I do not see.
I don't see George here. Doesn't
look
like George is here
later,
yet.
Then we'll double back. So we'll go to the next vendor. It's Barry Rothstein. Barry, are you here?
I am here.
Barry is here.
All right, you're on.
Okay, so here goes my 3D infomercial, or 3-minute infomercial. Hi, I'm Barry Rothstein, and I am known for my madness and passion in creating photographic phantograms. I've produced thousands of phantogram images, 6 3D books, 5 of them showcasing phantograms. Okay, so I'm going to try and switch the camera to that and I'll give you. Okay, so here is a lot of what you will find at my store. First of all, when it comes to the books, the first one was 2005, Photograms from Nature. First book of photographic photograms. 2007, Pop-Up 3D, my first kids book. 2009, Eye-Popping 3D Pets with Chronicle Books. And 2011, Eye-Popping 3D Bugs, Chronicle, also 2011, Crossview 3D. And finally, a recent addition is Macrofant 3D. 2020, this is a book of nature macrophantograms that I did along with Jim McManus. My website is 3ddigitalphoto.com. All that information is among the trade fair stuff, so you don't have to remember it. You just, there's a way to click on it. That's where you'll find my books and note cards and such. Jim and I worked really hard on this book, Macrofant 3D, over this past winter and finished it toward the end of 2020. We'd like you to think about it. It's a big, pretty book of concepts and images, mostly images. It's unique in style. You can see large anaglyphs. There's a couple of instructional pages, but for the most part, this is an 11 by 14 coffee table book. You see large anaglyphs and then 3 sets, right, left, right, 3 sets, so that you can see it in your choice. There's a few pages like this, but I think it's the best book that I could possibly create, and having Jim along for it just made it vastly better than it would have been otherwise. Okay, so along with, the 3D-Con special pricing, I'm selling this book for half off. So, which is pretty close to what it costs to print. And I'm producing also Pop-Up 3D and Photograms from Nature for half off during the show. Those are my 3 favorite books that I've produced. So at 50% off, Macrofant 3D is $20, Photograms from Nature $15, Pop-Up 3D is $10, there's $5 shipping. To get that special, and it's on the information that you can get online very easily, right? Right in the NSA 2021, you're going to use promo code NSA2021. Real easy. If you have any questions, email me at barry@3ddigitalphoto.com. It's barry@3ddigitalphoto.com, or call me at 562-400-5055.
Right.
And lastly, I want to give a plug to Jim McManus and his ability to make enjoyable anaglyphs out of images with even the most challenging colors. That's really what did a lot to make this book. If you need help in this way, Jim's a pro, so contact him through his website, lifeis3d.com, or contact me and I'll put you in touch with him. Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Hey, Barry. Hey, we've apparently lowered the bar on the meaning of the word pro. Hey, thank you, man, for getting me involved in that project. I mean, it's so much fun, and I really enjoyed even pushing what I knew about full color anaglyphs even beyond that, to make the best product that, what you see here. It's such an amazing book, and everybody that I've shown it to is like just gaga over it, and they're all like trying to pet the pictures and touch under the flowers and everything. It's an extremely dimensional product. And I know that everybody here at the convention, it's right up you guys' alley for sure. And even all your friends, once you put the glasses and the book in their hands, they're like, oh, wow, where do I get one? So again, thank you, Barry. I really appreciate you considering my full color anaglyphs worthy of such lavish attention in such a beautiful book. And it really is.
Well, it made it a vastly better book than it would have been otherwise. There's no doubt.
To be able to go full page with an anaglyph, because anytime you do side format, you're automatically having it right there, or less if you do left, right, left. It gets even smaller. So just the fact that anybody with 2 working eyes and a pair of red-blue glasses can see the images, with no problem, it makes all the difference in the world. And yeah, but it's cool because obviously he has, like you see there on the pages, left, right, left, and even a tiny anaglyph next to it. So we've got, you know, covered all the bases for any viewing preferences.
Okay, thank you, Colleen. Thank you, everybody, for
I appreciate it.
listening.
Thank you, guys. Good
You're
to see all of you.
welcome. Great presentation. Are there any questions from the audience at this time, or we can do more at the end?
I have a question. Why has it taken so long in the conference to see Jim McManus? Usually he's the first guy to appear. I had to do a presentation. I'm like, I have a PDF. My thing's in 5
know.
minutes. I can't print it. Can I use your?
It's crazy.
The guy's been busy.
A relative ghost compared to last year for sure, where I was all over the thing. But it's for a good reason. I'm actually shooting in VR full time now. I'm actually making a living in VR, which is crazy. And so my daily grind consists of shooting all day in a hot warehouse in Florida in the months of July and August, which is very fun. And then coming home at night and stitching that footage and scanning all the tools into the computer that we use with a big laser arm scanner that I hold, like, you know, and it's a really cool job. It's very exciting, and it's a brand new opportunity. And I'm sure I'll be able to film in much more convention material in the future on what I'm having to discover right now, because it's a big process of discovery for all of us. That's for sure.
Cool. Well, I'm sorry to derail the trade fair. Back to you folks.
I'm glad you did. No, just kidding. Thanks.
Awesome discussion. Well, if there's any other questions for Barry or Jim, we can take them at the end. But now let's see.
Sure.
Let's hear from Steve Beresin at Beresin Stereo Photography Products.
Hi, everybody. I had to turn off my background so you can see what a mess I exist in. Oh, I only have 3 minutes. I better hurry. Anyways, I'm Steve Beresin. I have a 3D supply company. I do make a lot of my own products. So I have 3D printers now, so I'm coming up with some new ones. Actually, my newest product is going to be this realist viewer. And you turn it on, you'll be able to personalize it. Probably can't see it here, but it says Beresin Stereo. Oh, yeah, you can see it. So you'll be able to have your name there. And I've given a few of these away to David Arquette, a few other people, Charles Phoenix, you may remember him. So someday you'll be able to make those. But we've been around 25 years next year, which is an eternity. I know David and Susan, I think we're around about that long. So I hope to be around longer. But this is our best-selling product now. 2 of our products is this and the screen viewer, our best-selling product. So it's a parallel viewer. I do not make this, but I had it made to my specifications, so it has my name on it. Boy, got a nice view of Barry there. Sorry. So we have a show special on this. Instead of $29.95, it's $24.95. So we have this viewer. We also we are the only seller of the Gunnar glasses. So these circular polarized glasses, Gunnar, and we have an exclusive licensing agreement, so we're the only ones who sell the Gunnar circular polarized glasses. They're a designer brand. We sell all London Stereo products, including this, the Owl Viewer in the US, so you don't have to ship away to England to get that. We have the Realist Viewer, the Radix Realist. We do a lot with Radix. They mold a lot of our parts. So the View Magic, which we also still sell, is made there, along with this, if you're still doing slides, which is a 2x2 viewer. And we're also we're selling this Super 3D viewer, which is a phone clip VR viewer. And the cool thing about this, I don't have it hooked up now, is not only does it view VR images on your phone, but if you open it, you can view cards as well. So it has backlighting, so you can view a plastic card. And then we are the US distributors of the all these Viewmaster books that we're talking about today that are made by Harry Zerkleinsbita, who I knew pretty well, so I met him quite a few times. And we've handled his books for probably the whole time I've been in business, 25 years, and his Viewmaster reels. So if you're in the US, you really don't want to pay to get these shipped from Europe. You can buy, have them shipped here by media mail, which is much less expensive. Also, Viewmaster, we bought out all the holdings of Finley Halliday, which was the Viewmaster distributor of the West and Reels West. So we have thousands of these Viewmaster reels, like this one, Lewis and Clark. They're all Scenics. Most of them are Scenics Monument Valley. So these are all in color and they haven't shifted. And we're guaranteed that all our reels are sealed in their original packets and not shifted color. We do have some that have shifted, and those are part of our special magenta collection. So they're clearly labeled in the magenta part of our thing, along with a bunch of Russian slides that I swear were in full color about 6 years ago, and all of a sudden they've turned just the sickest shade of magenta you could imagine. So for a very reduced price, you can get those Russian slides as well. We also have real 3D glasses, and you can get these in linear or circular in large volumes. We also supply movie theaters. The reason they buy theme park glasses is so they don't get ripped off, so they don't want these. I guess if they buy these, they glue them. And then we have Oreo products. You better act fast. I don't know. Their factory seems to be closing, so we still have plenty of Oreo products, but eventually they're going to run out.
Steve, are there any 3D products you don't have?
Yeah. I don't carry Ken's products, but Ken Burgess of Cyclopedia, or I don't remember how you pronounce it. He sent me the plans for my 3D printer, so I will probably be able to make the inserts for newer phones that I guess he's not making anymore. So I'm looking to see, I'm making it for the iPhone 11. I may make some of those. More L'Oreal products.
I might have to cut you short here. I don't know how many vendors are even here with us tonight. Yeah, keep showing while I'm talking.
Also,
But
Show
Barry's-
them until you
Barry's doing a
cut me
strip.
off. I bought this microphone. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
That's a great book. I love that book.
That is a great
Yeah.
book.
We have this book, and yeah, if we don't have it, we can probably get it. Thank you. And
Yeah,
I'll be
Viewmaster-
here for your questions later.
Do you have Viewmaster reels? I mean, a blank Viewmaster reels?
I do.
Do you? Okay, that's good.
We have the original Viewmaster reels. When I bought the Finley Halliday out, there was a huge box of personal reels. But
Good.
you better act fast, there aren't a lot left. I think Brad Goulet bought a whole bunch. Oh, I can't say that. Sorry.
And do you have the Viewmasters?
He just showed you. He did. He has upside down ones.
Thank you.
There's a Viewmaster. I saw Viewmaster viewers black. And we have these. We also have a miniature one that fits in your pocket.
Cool. Thanks for that. It's extraordinary. I have spent money with you and added to my viewer collection over the years, and you've been great to work with. And if we have time, we'll double back and you can keep
I also
showing us.
sell all of Barry's books, but not at half off. Sorry.
You guys can okay, let's hear from, I don't know if Carl Motz is here with us tonight. Carl, are you here? I'm not sure if he has a Zoom capability. I don't think he's here. Too bad. Carl, I should say for the absent vendors, I could just say a word or two. Carl he's been dealing in old old stereo views especially. He has a lot of different old antique photographic formats, but if you go to his website, you'll see some stereo views. He was gonna load some up for us. Thank you. And you can call him. So Carl has so many stereo views. If you don't see what you're looking for, I'm sure he hasn't scanned even a small percentage of his collection. So if you're looking to add your collection of stereo views or stereographs, give Carl a call. He does specialize in certain subject areas.
Go ahead.
All right. I don't know if George Thumless is back with us yet. If not, we'll move on. George, okay, so real quick, 3D by Dr. T, he's our first vendor. In case George doesn't show up, I will just say that he's been buying, selling, trading 3D products since '94. He's serving mostly the active stereo photographer, film and digital. So if you're a shooter, think of 3D by Dr. T. Go to his website and you'll find Z-bars, remote switches for twin cameras, mounts, bulbs. He also repairs vintage stereo cameras and just does a lot for the shooter. So check out his website. And the case with all these vendors, you go to their Gather Town booth, not just the trade fair webpage, because some of the vendors have put in a lot more information in their Gather Town booth. If you click on the X in your keyboard to open that. So you may find more than what's the general blurb in the trade fair. So if George comes in, we'll give him a chance to speak about his own work. But now let's see if George Polikoff is here. George of Old West.
You can search in the participant box. I didn't catch what his name was.
Okay, George Polikoff, Polakaoff, Old West.
No, no George.
No George. He offers vintage historical American photography, including early 19th century photographs of the famous and the infamous, he says, as well as vintage Native American antiques like beadwork and other products not related to photography necessarily. So he's got a focus on Western imagery and stereographs that are up on, as you can see here, on his eBay store. He's offering a discount of 10% off during 3D-Con. So in order to get the 10% off, you do have to contact him directly. You'll find his contact information on his listing in the trade fair webpage. You may find his contact information on eBay too, but just look on the, thank you, look on the webpage here. You have his email and his contact information. So don't forget 10% if you contact George directly these 4 days. The next vendor is Kula 3D, and they're out of the country. So I don't know if Kula 3D is here with us tonight. Probably not. So they make 3D lenses and mirror systems for phones and DSLR cameras and software for processing stereoscopic imagery. I was familiar with the Kula 3D, let's see, like the 3D lens that you put on a DSLR, but I wasn't familiar with the one that's for smartphones. I think that's a newer product. So that's why I chose the image for them to show you. It's like a 2-lens device that'll go on your smartphone. So I'm kind of curious about that. Since they're out of the country, there hasn't been a lot of communication. I don't think that they have any show specials right now, but it's good to just get an awareness of what they've got. And we're glad to know they're out there. Now let's hear from Dr. Brian May's London Stereoscopic Company. If you're here, Melanie or Sarah? Melanie's here, I think.
We're asking Melody to unmute.
Okay.
Melanie, you're muted.
You're asking for Melanie, right?
Yes.
That's what I
Melanie.
thought.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's pick up with Mel.
So Melanie, I can't hear you for some reason. If you can go down to the bottom left next to the microphone and click on the arrow that goes up, you may need to select the microphone. No. Not sure why. It's crazy that this is happening today.
The Russians.
Oh, oh, the Russians. Okay. Oh, I thought that was.
No, sorry, that was me.
I thought that was Melanie.
The Russians.
What could it be? What could it be?
China?
I should say that Melanie and London Stereo supplied all the prizes this year.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Melanie, just put it in the chat box. I'm typing fast.
They have many very good books and viewers. I can show them if she can't do it. have them
So
all here.
I'll read until she comes on. She's showing you.
I can do Dr. T's too if I
They're
need
both
to.
they're both spotlit. So if you want to say what that is, Steve.
Okay. Dr. Oh. I
Oh,
can
that's the owl viewer. That's the poor man's picture gallery, I think. I'm not sure. It's an excellent books.
Did they mention in the orientation that
The London Stereoscopic Company. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just trying to troubleshoot the sound. Did they mention in the orientation that after you watch a Zoom session, you need to completely quit out before you start this? Or was there?
You mean Gather Town?
Yeah.
Yeah, they mentioned it.
Oh, okay. So it has nothing to do with the sound here. Okay.
Thanks for your thoughts, Valerie.
Yeah.
Okay, Melanie's pointing to something.
2 words.
2 words. London Stereo has a show special of 20% off any product. If you go to the trade fair web page and look at their listing, you'll see the discount code and just put that in the shopping cart while supplies last. If you're not familiar, most of us are. Dr. Brian May's London Stereoscopic Company is a fine arts book publisher of contemporary and Victorian stereoscopic images. They're the producer of the high-quality patent owl stereoscope, collapsible viewer, available in full and compact size. She's showing it right now. And available for easy VR use with any smartphone. And that looks like we're seeing the steampunk viewer. Right, Melanie, that's a pretty new product. Frustrating. Okay, we're looking at the steampunk viewer with, it looks like a card set. Yeah. And there's the owl packaging for the owl stereoscope. See, it's an owl, 2 eyes in the shape of an owl. Yep, that's how I bought mine in 2012. So cool. And all of the London Stereoscopic Company books come with the owl viewer included. And it's easy to put together. It's flat, but in just a few little moves, you can put it together and watch what Melanie's showing us now. She's going to use the viewer with her smartphone.
Do we want to maybe have Melanie try to dial in, like rather than using the internet audio? That might be a little better. Okay, so why don't we come back to her maybe?
Okay. Yep. Well, the next person on the list is me. So I'm a vendor as well as the organizer of the trade fair, and I've been a vendor at 4. I said 3 the other day, but 4 actual trade fairs in the past. My name is Colleen Wolpert, and I'm an artist first and foremost. And I have a passion for stereographs, rooted probably in the fact that I'm half of a double image. I have an identical twin sister, and she also struggles with depth perception as I am tonight. For some reason, I have a problem with one of my eyes. But I started collecting stereographs and viewing them with an old Holmes device. We're so familiar with this handheld pastime. And I love stereographs. I started making my own, and about 10 years ago, I had an opportunity to exhibit them. So I just framed and matted my stereographs like I did with my normal photography. And I looked for a viewer online that would give the same experience as the Holmes device. Because what's great about the old Holmes stereoscope, in my view, is, well, the eye hood, this is pretty great for blocking out the light and making us feel like we're having a really immersive experience. And the glass achromat lenses are wonderful. To focus, we go back and forth like this. But before you even have the stereograph in the holder, you just get to pick it up and see the left and the right hand view together and independent of each other. You can compare them. There's a little Like there's a man on one side that isn't in the other. And I just love looking at the differences that you find sometimes, or looking at the whole mount around a stereograph, not just the image. So anyway, I was looking for a stereoscope that would give me the same experience as seeing the stereograph as an art object and then seeing it in 3D. Couldn't find anything and started working on my own solution, which developed into the twin scope viewer that I've got on the wall in this kind of like pop-up portable wall display. So this could be any stereograph in a matter of frame or in a display case. And to use the twin scope viewer, you pick it up off the hook and then you just go back and forth. So in order to focus, you're actually moving your distance. There's a chain that goes with the viewer if it's purchased by a museum or any institution that wants to keep it on the wall so it doesn't walk away. But if you're doing a home display, you can keep it on station here and then take it off and just use it as, I would say, like a wireless homes device, because I look at my stereographs with it. It's the exact size lenses, and you don't have to put the stereograph into a holder that could damage it. And this works for looking at views really quickly. You just invert it. You can also use the twin scope viewer for looking at any stereographs in magazines or books, as long as they're about 7 inches wide, like a normal twin stereographic image. I make the twin scope viewer by hand in this breakfast nook off my kitchen. I do a rubber casting, pressure casting. Here I'm mixing rubber and then putting it into a pressure pot. There's a maker space across town where I'm cutting on a laser cutter 4 different lens boards, gluing them up and putting glass achromat lenses. And the whole thing takes maybe 15 hours each. So I think of it as an art object. I'm not mass producing them, although they're patented. So it was kind of an art project to get a patent. But yeah, so I'm making each one by hand. They're a little pricey, but I've dropped the price $100 from where it was last year. And I've got a show special that's another 15% off. There's another version of the twin scope viewer that's the same thing without the rubber eye cups, and that is the slim. Normally there's a strap that goes around the neck so you can wear it. So this was a request from dealers who were just, we're going to trade fairs. We want to quickly look through boxes of stereographs, but we don't need the rubber hood and all of that jazz. But I have a home display. I think it's great as a conversation piece in your house to frame a favorite stereographs and then elevate it as a fine art object with a viewer that's right there. So I make the twin scope viewer. I make the slim. I give workshops on shooting in 3D and making stereographs. I produce stereograph exhibitions and consult on how to do that. I make my own contemporary stereographs, and I make reproduction views of historic vintage stereographs for institutions that don't want to show the originals. So I guess that's my spiel. Maybe that was more than 3 minutes, but that might be it. Any questions, or should we move on to the next person? Thanks for your comment, David. Okay, let's see.
Thank you, Colleen.
You're welcome. If you want to learn more, just go to my website, colleenwolbert.com, and there's some links on the homepage there that I just put up last night to all the services I offer and the things that I have. So colleenwolbert.com. Thank you. Dragon's Treasure. Are you here tonight? Dragon's Treasure, anybody? I'm sorry, I don't remember the first name of, is it Lisa?
Don't see any dragons.
Okay, well, this is a unique offering. Dragon's Treasure, they make jewelry. So if you've got like bracelet that take charms, they're making these really awesome charms that are like mini Viewmasters and little home stereoscopes. And I'm just charmed by their charms. Their spiel. I've been making jewelry since I was a teenager, more years ago than I care to remember. Taking stereo pictures is one of my favorite hobbies. So of course I make jewelry of some of the items in my collection in solid sterling silver. And they just came in with a discount. I think that was added. So I think it's 20% off, but check the trade fair webpage. And yeah, aren't these great? So they're pendants if you have like a charm bracelet, but I think you could just stick them on, on your earrings or anywhere that you can put a pendant charm. So cool. Okay, we have another gift item seller. I see magic. Jasmine, are you here?
I believe I saw her. Yep, she's down there.
You did see her?
Yeah, I think you're unmuted now.
Okay.
Hey there.
Hey.
So I run a little business called I See Magic. I'm working in a little bit different area of stereoscopy. I like to make stereograms. And so I do like cards and stickers and print products basically. And I'll show you a few things that I have available to purchase. So actually, let me take this out of here. So this says like you're a peach, and it has a hidden image in here when you view it parallel view, and you can see, and I have like a little key on the back of all of my cards that helps the viewer see what they're looking at on the front of the card. And I've got a lot of like birthday cards. So this is a Sasquatch is hidden in here, and it's kind of hard to see, but it's a full Sasquatch pattern. And you can see him, he's on the back with a birthday balloon. And yeah, and so then I have like a good luck one you could do for graduation or whatnot. It says, wishing you good luck. And in here is a horseshoe with a 4-leaf clover. And I've got Halloween cards. There's a big hidden ghost in here. And a holiday card as well. This says, oh snap, happy holidays. And it's like a half-eaten little gingerbread man. And you also find like some stickers I have on there that have little hidden images in there. Those will like stick really well to water bottles and notebooks. And I also have an optical illusion zine that I just print and produce at my house. And there's just like lots of different little activities in here with stereograms in there as well. Yeah, that's basically about mine. And oh, I do have 20% off going on the shop right now. Just use the code 3D-Con, and that's in the little notes as well on the website. Thank you. Thanks, Colleen.
Yeah, thanks, Jasmine. Am I saying that correctly, Jasmine?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Yeah, those are beautiful cards, really well produced. Any questions for Jasmine right now?
It's the first random dot stereogram we've seen so far in the convention, I think.
I have a gallery up as well of stereograms
cool.
in the art
Oh,
gallery.
cool. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, it's great to see other formats represented, and stereograms in particular. I mean, because yeah, there really aren't. I'm not seeing other people doing stereograms. Certainly not in the trade fair. So hopefully
Yeah.
come next year when we set up in person.
Oh, that would be so nice.
Cool, you'll love it. Okay, we're gonna turn to Martin Simon if he's out there. Martin Simon, 3D Illusions, or Marty. Sometimes he goes by Marty.
I don't see him here.
Okay, Marty had thrown up a Google Doc, a link from the Trade Fair webpage or his Gather Town, and a lot of different products, like just a variety here. So some of them are Cinera Dual 2.5K stereo viewer, Freeview 3D tablet, books, lenticulars, holograms, dinosaurs. I don't know what that means, but okay. Treasures, old and new. And I think no, I don't know that he has any discount, but yeah, check out what Marty has and give him a call. If you're looking for some oddity that he doesn't have on his list, maybe he's got it for you. All right, Michael Brown, I bet you're out there. Michael Brown, Optical Art Incorporated. No, Michael Brown?
I do not see a Michael Brown.
Not yet. Okay. Michael Brown. So he's been a vendor at some of the trade fairs in the past. You might recall his large lenticular images, and he's making them by hand. Or let me read what he's telling us from his own words. Michael Brown photographs and prints his own 3D lenticulars. Michael controls the entire process. Photographing, interlacing, printing, hand aligning the lenticular screen, and bonding the print to the lens sheet. That's pretty cool. I've seen some of his YouTube videos on the process. It's pretty involved. He's offering a significant discount during 3D-Con, and he gives the coupon code on the trade fair webpage. It's NSA 2021. He's selling and shipping to the US only. And check out his website and see the variety. He's got lots and lots in different sizes too. Some smaller, some quite a bit larger. I'm sure he'd love to talk to you if he was here tonight, but don't forget we're doing a Sunday night is the closing reception for the art gallery and the trade fair. So you might see some of the vendors back then. Let's move on to, Dominic Boskowski. He is not in the States, and he wrote me earlier to say, I'm sorry, I won't be able to make it tonight, but if many of you are aware of his Kickstarter campaign for his pinhole 3D camera, Dominic says, hi, my name is Dominic Boskowski. Earlier this year, I started a Kickstarter campaign to fund Minuta Stereo, a stereoscopic pinhole camera to come with a viewer. And he gives a link for that for his supporters who want to take a look. Thanks again to my supporters. I'm happy to chat with anyone about the evolution of the product. And then he's put together a new web page that's got pre-orders for, he's always in development and kind of moving that project forward. So if you want to place a pre-order for what he's doing now, take a look at his Shopify. Oh, that is our last vendor. So it's 10:17 right now. We can take any questions that might have come up about the trade fair in general, or questions for specific vendors that are here right now before we kind of move on to other things with happy hour. Anyone? Ed Bathke raised his hand. Can we unmute Ed? He's Ed, can you
Okay,
unmute?
there I got unmuted. I was just saying it's been an interesting couple of years what we've had to cope with and how we have managed to go virtual and put on a good convention. And I want to thank you for this great job of featuring the vendors tonight, because I know what a job it is. Back in 2011 in Colorado, this convention was in Loveland, and I was in charge of the trade fair. We had like 7,000 square feet and over 100 tables. It was quite a different situation. So changing with the times, I think you've done very well, and you deserve a round of thanks for doing a good job on it.
Oh, Ed, thanks for your comments. Kind of missed those days of walking into the ballroom and seeing like 100 tables, and thanks for your hard work. I was a vendor for a few years, as I said, and last year was with a virtual convention. I think it was only a month beforehand, and I looked at what the website said and I didn't see the trade fair. And I thought, what's going on? It's not just a place to buy, but the trade fair has so many wonderful things to look at, and conversations happen where we can sort of learn more about each other's passions and kind of grow in our knowledge together. That's just like a community center as much as it is a shopping mall. So, I mean, I don't know, we're winging it. There's 13 vendors. Some of the older dealers who aren't really necessarily keen on selling on the computer, that was a hard switch for them to make from a physical space to doing this on a computer. Maybe they don't have a website set up. But at the same time, there are new vendors, and we'll grow it next year, and we'll see what happens with the actual trade fair. But I hope that you can make it next year, and we can talk to you there. Yeah, thanks for your comments. Did Melanie get her audio back? Somebody asked, and I'd like to know if Melanie from London Stereo got her audio back, so we can give her another chance. Okay, Melanie, can you unmute? Oh no, shoot. Still can't hear you. Oh, she wants to show cosmic clouds in 3D. Awesome. All right. Queen in 3D. So she's showing some of the books that London Stereo puts out, and you can find on their links. Queen in 3D. Awesome. Owl Viewer. Owl Viewer as a VR smartphone device. Yep, so you can make your own stereo views and use your Owl Viewer to view it, or use your Owl Viewer to look at London stereoscopic cards, like the set Mission Moon, right? Here we have Crinoline. Ooh, love this book. Denis gave a wonderful talk to go along with the Crinoline show, and Phyllis was wearing a crinoline a few years ago at an actual convention. So now we're opening the book and taking a look at the viewer, which the owl has its own section, and then the hefty tome, that book, is beautiful reproductions. Oftentimes you get one half of the card blown up on one page, and then the actual card, well, actual size card on the other side, opposite side, and you can use your Owl Viewer, hold it right up to the book and look at it. And beautiful illustrations. There's Brian May himself, such a gentleman, and Brian's Owl Viewer that he invented and designed. How am I doing, Melanie? Okay, here's the table. I love it. I love this display she's put together. Wonderful packaging if you're buying a card set from London Stereo. Get this box. Okay, we did our best. Awesome. All right, Parallax Shift has raised their hand. Before we go, one more thing from Melanie. Okay, Parallax Shift. Nice. Okay, Parallax Shift has asked in the chat, who do I ask Steve here in? Who do I ask Steve here in? Okay, would you like to talk to Steve Beresin, perhaps? Yes, okay. So we're gonna ask you to unmute Parallax Shift so that you can be heard and ask your question to Steve.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I actually didn't know this started tonight. I thought this started tomorrow. So I was going to get my shop launched for tomorrow. So do I talk to Steve Beresin about launching my shop for you guys to put it on the website?
Oh, okay. Maybe you were the person who put in the chat, how do I maybe add my shop?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, perhaps. Yeah, that might have been.
Okay, well, would be for you or for anyone who says, oh, I have items to sell. It's too late.
Oh, no.
Sorry?
I have an actual shop that's like not just items to sell. I'm a manufacturer.
Okay.
Mhm.
Whether you have items to sell or you're an actual manufacturer, but you have things that you want to promote that you're selling, it's too late to add anything to the trade fair.
Okay.
Okay, that deadline closed August 1st. However, I would recommend posting on the Facebook, the 3D-Con Facebook group.
Cool. Thank
Go
you.
ahead, make an announcement, make a blurb about what you have. This goes for anybody if you got a few
Cool, cool,
items
cool.
to sell or you have a full manufacturing setup. I'm not sure if there's any other idea right now. I mean, we're going to Gather Town. You could get up on a podium at some point and say, hey, everybody, I'm selling this and that. But let it be known. We just can't put you in the official trade fair. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Cool. So next year, reach out.
I'm sure you'll know me by next year, believe me.
Yeah, I have a list of vendors from prior years, and we were posting in different places for people to get a hold of me, but some people fall through the cracks or it just didn't happen. Apologies for that. Well, so we'll see you next year, or hopefully you'll get some people through Facebook and other channels. Any other questions, comments, or do we move away from the trade fair into general merrymaking? Steve Beresin says, I am muted. That was 2 minutes ago. Steve, do you need to be unmuted? Greg Taylor raised his hand. He has a comment. We can. Greg, if you will unmute yourself. Hello? Can't hear you, Greg. Sorry.
About now.
Yes, great.
There we go. Show and tell. I know how to do happy hours. This is not my idea. Somebody posted this on the page some weeks ago. It took me a while to find it. Bottle of Cult.
Okay.
That's CULT, right?
You found it. I tried to look for it. I didn't see.
But here's the deal. This is 3D wine. Toot, 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 toot.
Nice.
It's got all this audience with the stereo viewers. So I had to go out and buy some bottles and I'm gonna drink it tomorrow. I know how to do happy hour.
How you doing, Greg? I haven't seen you around town.
Cult Wine 2017.
Have you been scarce? Aren't you in Delmar?
Yeah, I'm.
I never see you.
Yeah.
Like we have to make a date to go to the Price Chopper together or something like that, right? I'm like, why am I going to run into this guy? We live like a mile from each other, right?
I ran down Orchard the other day. I started running again.
And you didn't stop by.
I don't know where.
Why?
Yeah, we have to connect sometime.
We only connect at the 3D-Con, which is so funny. Literally, the two of us live like what, a mile and a half? You're by the elementary, right?
Right.
Well,
All
how is the bottle, Greg? Can you
Well,
recommend it?
I'll open it. I haven't had any of it. I was gonna open happy hour at 11 o'clock. No.
Right, when
I'll
you
open
do,
it
let us
tomorrow.
know.
I'll open it tomorrow at 6-ish. So I'll know more.
Okay.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I had box wine for supper.
Awesome.
Anyway, I'm done. See ya.
Phyllis, I don't know how long our happy hour goes, so I'm not really sure where to take, I had said Steve could show more items if he wants to keep showing and telling, or we can have more questions. I'm not seeing any more questions come up for the vendors. And I don't know how much time we have. So where do we go from here, Phyllis?
Wherever it takes us. If Steve wants to say more, that's fine. I don't have anything else to say except talk about next year's convention. So
Did we have a time, end time for the happy hour? I guess I should ask that, or is it
it's
just
about a half hour from now. Is that right, Dave?
I don't really know what time it is anymore, but I'm not maybe not the right one to ask, but
It's almost 7:30. I think we were going to go till 8. Is that right?
that sounds about right. And I know maybe we did talk to the new people earlier, but maybe if we have anyone we mentioned that if
Yeah, that'd be
anybody,
great.
if anybody didn't get a chance to talk, then we would maybe open it up in this little section.
So do we have them raise their hand like we've been doing so that we can then unmute them, or
Sounds
how
good
does
to me.
somebody step in? Okay, there's a reaction. If you're not too familiar with Zoom, along the bottom it says reactions, and if you click reactions, you can raise your hand. Then you'll definitely get called on.
I think we're all
Have to be unmuted.
unmuted.
Lenore, yeah, but if just for an
Oh,
orderly
let
fashion.
go of the control, Dave. Come on.
Yeah, can
Let
you
it
guys hear
flow.
me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just because I know every item that Melanie was showing you, I can help you out. I probably own most of them. The kit that she was putting the phone in is called a VR kit, and it has, I have it, has a magnet in the back, and you get a metal shim and you put it on the back of your cell phone, and then it sticks to it, and then you can use it with either stereo cards, or I use it every time that Denis has a talk and it's in 3D. I watch it on my cell phone and I use the VR kit. So that's what she was showing you, as the VR kit. The owls, you all know what those are. The steampunk is Brian's newest owl, light owl. And the books are all in 3D. He's got his astrophysicist hat on for some of them. He's got his queen hat on for some of them. He's got his Victorian historian hat on for some of them. And I don't know what their discount is, but I know that ordinarily you can buy them both on LSC's website, and you can also buy them. There's a link on Queen's website, on the Queen online store. So I hope that helps everybody with the explanation of what Melanie was trying to show you.
Yes, thank you, Lenore. It's a 20% discount for 3D-Con.
Okay, yeah. Thanks, guys. And this is my first time. I'm a newbie. And I am into stereos because
Welcome.
of Brian.
Tell us some more about you.
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, no, we can't hear.
I muted myself because I thought I was finished. Brian and I are the same age. I'm a couple of months older than he is. I'm a huge Queen fan. I'm a huge Brian May fan. And he has a lovely community, and I have somebody a third of my age helping me do stereos who is in Poland, and she's part of his community, of his his stereoscopic community. And I think, I don't know if I would have gotten as deeply into it if we hadn't been locked down for the last 17 months, but I work at it's my retirement gig. I work at a local theater I'm in Stamford, Connecticut. And obviously we've been dark because of COVID. So I've had time to learn stereos, and I've attended every single virtual conference that I can to learn more. And it's a great community, and I'm obsessed. And that's me. And I also look very tired because I'm on the East Coast.
Hey, glad to have you joining us. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jan asks, what kind of images are you making?
Right now, it's mostly inanimate objects. Firstly, I can't do selfies. Brian did a couple of contests where, it was stereo selfies on his website. I can't do 2D selfies. So, but I am trying with flowers and buildings, and pre the lockdown, I was in New York. We're a bedroom community of New York City, and I am a native New Yorker. So I took a couple that I liked of Grand Central Station and Radio City, and when I can get into the city, there's a lot. There's just so much to try, but I'm still very, very tentative about posting anything. So, but I'm playing with it, and I did get myself a W2 camera, which I'm really inept at. So
There's a W3 and a W1. So
it's funny because I got the W2. I asked a friend of mine who I know through the stereo community, and I said I can get a W3 or a W2, and she said get the W2, and I did. And I have it. Of course, the instruction book, the manual came in Japanese. So I had to download the manual, and I'm still working my way through it after I downloaded it. But
she must have one of those rare W2s. I'd like to see one of those.
A W2?
Yeah.
Wait.
maybe a
Do
W1.
you have 2 seconds? I can go get it.
Yeah, sure. We'll wait, but go ahead. We can.
I only look at mine once a year, around tax time.
Oh, I love my W3.
Come on now, Barry, be nice.
And then I look at how much I pay for medical, and I go, oh my God.
You wonder if there's some engineers somewhere who were mocking up the W5 or the W6 or whatever they jumped to, and just got
I'm
stuck.
sorry. You guys are right, and I'm wrong. It's a W1.
Really? Oh
That's
my.
much better.
Oh, Barry.
Cool. Very
A lot of
cool.
A lot of people do like that a little better than the second one. I never had.
Yeah, it is a W1.
It has
And
a
as I
good
say, and I was, and it was recommended to me. I mean, they said, don't get this one, not the W3.
David Starkman was, it went from W1 to W3. So W1 was
Yeah.
first.
It's a W1. It's a
Yeah, the
W1,
W1
yeah.
has a better battery.
Is that what it is?
And it's
Yeah,
the lenses are a little further apart. It's not as good for video, but for stills, it's
And you could also transfer images between cameras
Wirelessly.
with another W1 wirelessly. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, but the interface on the W3 is really a lot better than the W1. So
better or worse, depending on your viewpoint.
true. It's
Well-
subjective, Steve. You're right.
They're both good cameras. Yeah.
as I say, I'm a newbie, so I asked people who had more experience than me, and they said get the W1, so that's what I got.
Mhm.
And you know what, I usually do a lot of traveling, and obviously I haven't been traveling, so I've been spending money on stereo stuff instead.
Lenore,
Yes.
I'm good. You were saying that you're kind of uncertain about putting your images out there. Take my word for it. It helps you if you do that, because people tell you a lot. You learn a lot if you put your images out there.
What
Yeah,
I
and
just do is-
Lenore,
yeah,
I run the gallery for NSA for the 3D-Con, and one of the reasons we started the galleries all these years ago was so that folks could show their work, regardless of your expertise, how many decades or months you've been making images. It doesn't matter to us. We want to be a place where we can show folks work, and in a pretty much non-judgmental way, unless people are going to be a pain. In which case, there'll be plenty of us
I find this
holding your back.
Yeah, I find this community very, very welcoming, really and truly. It's a very welcoming community. It's from the very beginning, starting with the people that I met on Brian's Instagram feed, straight through to the people that I've met at the virtual conferences. And I have a cousin that lives in Seattle. I'd love to come to Tacoma next year.
Come to Tacoma.
If I'm flying, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You think you're obsessed now? Just wait.
There any other new people?
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
Please.
Hi. Are you speaking to me now?
Yes, I am.
Hi.
Hey.
So I'm not exactly new. This is my first virtual convention, but I'm Alicia Benoit. I'm from New York City. And just an aside, what you were talking about before, your W1 has a very, it's one of the only display types that has a light directional display. The difference between the W1 and the W3 is the display type in the back, as long as a couple other features of the camera itself. But so that's a very rare display type, because there aren't enough. I can't think of any other display type that actually has a light directional display that was manufactured for consumers. So hang on to that, definitely. Even if you get a W3, it's a good camera to keep. Yeah, that's it. I have a presentation tomorrow on pseudographs and introduction to single image stereoscopic auto pseudograms. And I didn't get my shot. I thought I was going to have an opportunity, but I didn't. So I guess I'll put in my bio or something like that. I have a shop that I am a manufacturer, and I do dye sublimation printing. And so I'm in my office right now if anybody wants to see, but I have a whole entire line and of clothing line of educational products that I'm making also, and a whole bunch of stuff just specifically dedicated and devoted to stereography. And yeah, if anybody wants to see something, I can show you something for a second, but if you don't have time, then I can show you at another time.
Where is
Show
your
us,
shop?
and when does the disco light come on?
Okay, hold on. I'm in New York City. I'm in the Chrysler
What you
Building.
got?
I got stuff, baby. I got stuff. So I thought the convention started tomorrow, not today. So I was going to stay up all night finishing my website. But so I have t-shirts. There's a bunch of stuff that I've made actually. But let's see if you can see. So these are t-shirts. I'm making 3 varieties of t-shirts. This one has a Viewmaster camera on it, an old Viewmaster camera from the 40s. Let me put these on the floor actually. Sorry, my office is a little crazy because I'm a printer. But this is can I turn this video around maybe perhaps? I'll try to do it like that. This is a t-shirt that has a Viewmaster. Then I have one that I'm doing. That one's nice. That's with a Nimslo camera, with a 4-lens Nimslo. I have a whole line that's dedicated just to stereo cameras. And these are a line of tote bags I have. I have also accessories. This is something that you can put your glasses in that has a lot of pockets and little windows that you could keep your collectible glasses with a nice print, exactly the same print that this is the one that I'm starting out with this season. I also am working with other stereographers to create products that will help elevate and communicate our mediums better. And I don't know if you guys go on Instagram, but there's a girl, her name is Kita, and she has a extremely amazing collection of stereoscopes. And this is a set of collector cards that I am printing up that are not approved yet, but there's something that we're working on that'll have information on the back, and on the front, there'll be her photographs, and these are made out of aluminum. And so they're kind of a luxury item. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Like I said, I kind of expected this to be for tomorrow. So I really had my launch date for tomorrow. But I'll probably have a bio somewhere with a link up. And yeah, I'm making it a business, and I'm a printer. So I'm going to be able to offer up my services for free for a split profit for people that I already have quite a few people in the works that I'm working with. I'm working with David Hazan to make a collection of his anaglyphs. And I'm working with Keita right now also, but I'm also looking for other stereoscopic artists to print up and make very nice products for.
Alicia didn't mention that she's the founder of National 3D Day, did she?
Oh, I'm also the founder of National 3D Day.
Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. I hope
And
everybody starts to use it. That's why I got it. Like, people have to start using it. This is a free thing that everybody can use all over the world. So utilize it, people.
Well, I certainly hope that you join us in Tacoma, Washington next year for 3D-Con, a live.
I would love to. Absolutely.
And sign up for the trade fair, and we'll get you in, and we'll have lots of fun things to see. Sounds great.
Thank you very much.
Do we have any other new people that haven't chimed in yet? We'd love to meet you. I can't see if anybody's, I don't have that control. Is Dave there?
I don't
think
see
we
any
lost
more
Dave.
raised hands.
Oh, okay, there he is. Well, tomorrow night we're going to meet the artists in the art gallery and learn about the kind of creative things that they've been up to, which is pretty exciting. So looking forward to that. And I guess I can say a few things about Tacoma, next year's convention. We're going to have, it's going to be held at the beautiful Murano Hotel, which is kind of a boutique hotel. And it features on each floor a glass artist. And so when you get out of the elevator, there is a beautiful wall full of information about the artist and a work of art, a glass piece of art. The hotel has beautiful artwork all over it, mostly glass. And the food was excellent also. We'll have tours. We have one planned for Mount Rainier, an all-day tour. And please come on Monday, because Tuesday morning we'll be leaving early for the Seattle Center, which has the Space Needle in it. And it also has the Chihuly Garden and Glass, which we will have the opportunity to photograph in, which is absolutely fabulous. My favorite place to photograph. So everybody will have a chance to enjoy that. And we're working on a few other special tours. We have walking tours of Point Defiance Park for those that want to take a stroll through the woods. There is a bus or trolley that goes free up and down the main drag in Tacoma, so you can kind of jump on, and if you see something interesting, you can jump off. There's an art museum within walking distance. The glass museum is within walking distance. All of this is just a couple blocks from the hotel, so that should be a really nice, easy way to get around. Greg, are you on? Do you have more you can want to add? Greg is the
Well,
co-chair for this.
I have already posted one gallery of VR photos of Tacoma. I have 3 more I'll be posting, so you can take a look and see what Tacoma looks like.
Excellent. It should be a lot of fun. We're so looking forward to seeing our old friends in person. It's been way too long. It is a wonderful community of people. We've made great friends over the years, and we're looking forward to meeting new people and making some more friends. So please, please, please come join us next year. It's going to be August 1st through the 8th. And the all-day tours will be on the 2nd and on the 8th. So make sure you make enough time to plan on going to both of them. Anybody have any questions?
Yes, what is the capital of Peru?
Lima. Why would
Very
you?
good. I'm just being a shit. That's all.
Well,
Yeah, you are. You.
This
But I knew the answer.
this might be a good time. This might be a good time to let everybody know how they can get over to GatherTown so they can actually check out the trade fair room and keep the happy hour going in GatherTown.
Does Dave want to take care of that for us?
Dave, you here?
Dave, you there?
I think he fell off his
Okay,
chair.
well, maybe. Okay, well, here I'll see if I can share the.
Melanie wanted to know what the dates were for next year while we're in this.
August 1st through the 8th,
Thank you.
2022.
Easy to remember.
Save the date.
Nope.
Eric, are you
David's
gonna take us
definitely
through
lost in action here somewhere.
Okay, maybe his computer froze up or something.
Oh, is
I'm
talking about
gonna
Dave Heiser or Dave Como? Maybe Dave Heiser can take
Dave Camo. Well, you know what? Yeah, that's a good idea. David Heiser, you here?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me all right?
Hey, sorry, I'm back.
Yeah. Oh, you're back. Okay. Well, we were just thinking this might be a good time to show everybody how they can get over to GatherTown to check out the trade show room and continue the happy hour going over there.
Okay, sure. Yeah, Dave Heiser, you want to do that?
Well, the link is posted in the chat. You can also just go to the homepage or go to the I guess the events page on the website and click on that. Make sure that you at least mute yourself in Zoom before you do that. If not, it's better actually to close the Zoom window completely.
So are we actually shutting down this happy hour and going to GatherTown now? Or are we just getting a demo of how we would do this if we wanted to?
Oh no, I think it would be pretty fun to go over and people can check out the dealer's room.
So we're not going to come back to this Zoom happy hour, is that right? Or
Yes, that's right. We're going to continue in GatherTown.
all right.
And after you see the trade fair, maybe you want to go over into the Ray Zone where everybody can discuss whatever they want to talk about.
There's a Ray Zone. Ooh.
Yes, there
Okay, so
is.
I guess we're all logging out of Zoom. Thanks to the vendors who were able to make it tonight and to talk. And this has been great. Thanks for the opportunity, Phyllis. We'll see you in GatherTown.
See you there.